No Puedes Jugar Boxeo es presentado por el juego de video Undisputed, Fightbook, la nueva aplicación con todo lo relacionado al boxeo, Lockding, la verdadera agua alcalina, y adiós los sabores mexicanos al tequila.
My friend, first of all, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you.
We know each other since forever.
Very
And let me start with this because I consider you one of the humblest guys in boxing. But yeah, and it's true, and you know that. But at some point, you believe that fame betray you. You feel that at some point in your career, the fame betray you.
No, it
Tell us.
It definitely does. Look, you always have eyes on you, and people always recognize you. And I've been anywhere in the world I go, I get recognized, and it makes me so happy that I enjoy to do boxing, and boxing is something that made me give me a name, give me respect. Honestly, and it's crazy. Like I remember what shocks me the most. I went on my honeymoon, and I was sorry, that was another time, but I went to training camp. Sorry,
Okay.
With Manny Pacquiao in a place called Baguio City. Right, I'm in Baguio City. It took me from Manila. Took me 8 hours flying. Driving, and then we flew into on a 13-hour flight. Then we took an 8-hour drive into the mountain in Manila. I'm sorry, in Baguio City, and I went to a market, and I was walking, and somebody recognized me. Oh, Amir, I'm a big fan. And he wasn't even from Philippines. Like a lot of the Filipinos knew me because I trained with Manny Pacquiao and everything. And that made me like it shocked me because I was like, wow, like look, I'm in a place where I didn't even know what Baguio City was, and this person knows me. So in boxing, fame comes with it. If you're a good performer, look, you have to be exciting. Your fame not only gonna come to people, and I didn't ask for the fame; it come itself. Why? Because I was always exciting to watch. People always, even though they like you or don't like you, they'll always want to watch you. Things were a little bit different for me in the UK as well because I was the only British, Pakistani, Asian that's ever won a world title, and to have a name as well. So you could see like there was only, I remember going to the gyms and it was all young English and black people training all the time.
Yeah.
But there was no Pakistani there, no Asian. We call ourselves like Asian, and it was new to everyone. And then when people saw me fighting, they were like, wow, like let's watch him because let's support him. And I think that's what's giving me more recognition because I stand out different to to the other fighters that we have in boxing. There's so many other colors and races in boxing, but there's not many, hardly any Pakistani boxers.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Regarding your childhood, almost every fighter comes from poverty, necessity. Could you tell us what is the thing that you desire at that point, but do you never have it?
When I was young, I was very lucky because my parents give me everything.
Amen.
I wanted, we weren't poor. We were very middle class, very normal. My father worked and had a job. He had his own. He was a car mechanic. He had a garage, and we were just middle class, normal. But it made me who I am because I used to see how hard my dad used to work, and my mother how hard she used to work. And at home because my mother was a housewife and she'd look after the kids and how hard she was. And I thought to myself when I was young that one day I wanna do something good for them and nice for them. And and it makes me happy now after my boxing career. I've been able to buy them houses, cars, vacations, make their life comfortable, pay off all the mortgages, pay off all the debts. Everything's we live a good life now. And my parents are still very humble because they still want to go like to Pakistan. That's where they spend a lot of time and they help the poor people and they build for the poor people because they said to me that look, maybe this has come from the prayers that we've, because my parents have always given to the poor people, and they said these are prayers that we've maybe that are coming to you, and you're getting success from people that pray for you. And these people I don't even know. Like I go out sometimes to places and I have these aunties come over to me, uncles, and these older elderly come to me and they say, oh my God, we watch you fight and we miss you boxing now, but we used to always pray for you. And I'm like, wow, like I don't know these people, but they know me. And when they said they pray for you and they respect you and we love you, and we used to always sit around the table and order food, and my mother used to pray for you and she'd be in the other room praying, and I'm like, wow, like that's crazy. They're not my blood. They're not related to me, but still So that's one thing that I'll never take away from the sport. What boxing has done for me, and the platform is giving me, and the respect is giving me, and the love is giving me from everyone, has been awesome. And that's why I always wanted to be a people's champion. I always want to I do a lot of charity work. I do a lot of like helping the community work as well. And I'll never ever say no to anyone for a picture, and I'll always respect people that come to me to talk to me, because like you said before the interview, you said one of the humblest guys in boxing.
Yeah.
Why? Because I've appreciated everything, and I think it's because of people that have always supported me. That's why I am in this position.
When we mention Pakistan, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
There are like 240 millions of
Yes,
Pakistanis.
almost 300 million. Yeah.
Almost 300 now. Okay, well, thanks for the numbers. So that being said, if you can touch the soul not only of one kid but millions of kids,
But the whole of Pakistan as well, bro. Like, it's crazy. Honestly, like I go Pakistan now and people go crazy. Like, everyone, Amir Khan, they want to meet me. Like,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like, and it shocks me because I'm like, wow. And you know what fight they watched? The first ever fight they showed in Pakistan, me live,
I know.
was the Maidana fight.
Yeah.
And they said that when I fight in Pakistan, the streets are empty. Everyone's just tuned in.
Yeah.
Everyone loves it, and I've been blessed, man, honestly, and I've had great experience in this, and it's been amazing. But that's why I like to go back to Pakistan to see everyone, and the love I get from not only like the public, but when you get love from the government, the prime minister knows who you are.
Yeah.
The chief minister knows who you are.
Yeah.
And they call me by my, Amir, nice to meet you, and I'm like,
Oh my God.
this
what
is the
happening?
prime minister, this is the president.
Yeah.
The army chief in Pakistan is one of the highest people there, and even when he sees me, he'll hug me, and and the love they showed me, and this is only because I represent not only England, but I represent Pakistan, and I always held the flag high, and I was never scared to, like some people always stay on the fence and don't want to talk about that. They being Muslim, they being Pakistani. With me, I'm happily to tell everyone that I'm British, I'm Pakistani, and also I'm a Muslim, and I respect my religion, and I pray all the time. Even when I used to fight, I pray in the corner, and people used to say to me, why do you pray? I go, I'm a Muslim, and I pray and I ask God that we come out of this ring safe. And so this is what religion makes you stronger, gives by having faith. Most fighters are very good when they have faith, because you know that God's watching over you, and you're getting that God, just that blessings you get,
Amen.
It's amazing,
I agree. How is boxing after Amir Khan? How can you see boxing now?
Now,
Define it.
look, it's different now. Boxing now is different, where the best have to fight the best, which obviously I did that, but I remember how hard it was for me to do that, because when I went to fight the guys, they were making excuses. Like, one of the biggest excuses were like when Timothy Bradley, I wanted to do the undisputed. I was IBF, I was all the WBC, I was all the champions, and I had all the belts, and I wanted to do a unification undisputed fight with him, and he didn't want to fight me, and that's the bad thing. But now with people like Turkey, like Sheikh on board, with Saudi Arabia, they're making the biggest fights happen, the fights that we never thought would happen. Now, whoever thought Usyk was gonna fight Tyson Fury? Usyk fought against Anthony Joshua. I mean, the best are fighting the best, and this is something we've not seen for a very, very long time. That they're forced to fight the best. Otherwise, it's going to be out there that you avoiding opponents. You're a boxer. You shouldn't be avoiding anyone. You know what I mean? And so I think that's why I think boxing is coming back alive again. Look, it come to a stage where I think MMA started taking over UFC, and people started watching that because the best have to fight the best. But now it's boxing's coming back because the best are fighting the best now.
And there's nothing like boxing, by the way.
Look, boxing is the best sport in the world and the biggest, and always going to be the number one. When it comes to combat sport, boxing is always going to be the number one.
I agree. Let me close with two things. How can you explain Canelo Crawford? Because I believe we talk about it. Do you always believe that Crawford can beat Canelo, because you know how big Crawford is as a boxer? So explain us Canelo Crawford.
Yeah, so Canelo, obviously we all know Canelo. Canelo's been around a very, very long time and fought the best, and beat the best as well. And it looks like when Mayweather beat Canelo, a lot of people thought, okay, that's the game plan, how you beat Canelo. But obviously, Crawford didn't do that. Crawford stood there, stood his ground, which I was very surprised by. I thought he was going to be on his feet. And a lot of people say, oh, Crawford's a runner, he's this, he's that. But Crawford stood his ground and fought him.
Yeah.
He stayed in the middle of the ring and he punched with him at the same time. And, man, I mean, respect to him. Look, a lot of people are going to say, oh, but Canelo wasn't the same as he used to be. But look, still, to beat a Canelo who's a world champion, who's knocked his last opponent out and he knocked a lot of guys out, I mean, he's dangerous. He's an amazing fighter. And for Crawford to come up the weight and to fight him and do what he did in that fight, and I couldn't believe it, like when he stood there and he was throwing the body shots and blocking his shots and coming back with countering shots. I was like, wow, I love this, you know what I mean? And it's something we've never seen. That's why I've said, like, he's one of the best out there, one of the best ever. I mean, he knows how to handle speed, power, he knows how to handle movement. I mean, the guy is A to Z, like he knows everything.
Yeah. If we have a rematch between Canelo and Crawford, could you describe what is going to happen in your opinion?
Yeah, my opinion is going to be, it's going to be the same as the first time.
Okay.
You know, honestly, like, I like Canelo, but I just feel like Crawford just knows what to do. And one thing about Crawford is he always adapts. He always changes whatever he needs to do. Like, if he has to swap and change or stance and everything, like he's a switch hitter and he knows exactly what to do. There's no one out there, I think, in boxing that could beat him or give him any problem. I know people talk about Ennis, but Ennis is nowhere near Terence Crawford.
No.
I mean, Crawford has shown it, proven it, gone up or down weights, and I just feel that now fighters are going to start calling him out just to get their own name bigger. Look, and that it's an honor for me that I faced Canelo and I faced Crawford because I fought the best. Like, I didn't leave no page unturned. I did everything I wanted to. I did pray more than I ever expected in boxing.
Yeah. Finally, in Mexico we love you.
So
you know that it's true. What can you tell to the Mexican, not only in Mexico, but Mexican Americans?
You know, the Mexican Americans and people in Mexico, I got a lot of love for you guys, and I really support you. Honestly, they used to call me like, a lot of the Mexicans used to love me because I had the typical Mexican style that I just go to war. You know what I mean? I'd fight, I'd stand there and keep on throwing a lot of punches and never was afraid. And I think that's what the Mexican blood's like. And, the Mexican have shined at the top for a very long time in boxing, and for them to bring me in as say I was one of them, it makes me happy because we know that boxing in Mexico is the best. And so they used to call me like I was like a Mexican, and the way I fight, and I fought a lot of Mexicans like Marco Antonio Barrera. I fought so many, and I had great career fights with them. But yeah, it was awesome. And when I go to Mexico, I get so much love from people, and they can't believe when they see me. They go, "You look like American," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's me." And so the love's always there, and it's nice to be recognized by them.
Well, I'm gonna close with this. You got Canelo in the rematch, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got Crawford.
Crawford in the rematch,
Okay, you got Crawford. I got Canelo.
Okay.
So if Canelo wins, you're gonna invite me the best Pakistani food. But if Crawford wins, I'm gonna invite you the best tacos.
That's a great. Okay, that's a great. Let's shake on it.
That's a deal.
So we'll make sure if you win, we make sure that it's gonna be the spiciest Pakistani dish ever. You like spice? Well, you like spice,
of course.
You're from Mexico,
Viva
so people,
Chile, Mexico.
Yeah, so spicy. The spicy love. So we make the best spicy Pakistani dishes, and oh my God, you're gonna fall in love with it. Mauricio came to my house a couple of years ago, and he had dinner, and he couldn't believe it. He goes, "Oh my God, this is the best food I have ever eaten." And he's eating, and I'm like, "Yo," I told the cook, "I go make most chapatis," because Mauricio was just eating. Like, he loved it, honestly. And I think our food is very similar to Mexican because
it's similar.
Yeah, because you like spice, don't you, as well?
Of course.
You know what I mean? I love spice as well. So yeah, man.
Well
done. Good deal,
my friend.
Thank you.
Done. Thank you. Amir Khan is not only a fighter, he's not only a legend. You're my brother. You know that.
Thank you.
Good to see you, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you.